Hey guys, so in today's video I want to talk about how much you need to have saved in order to be able to afford a buy-to-let property. So if you have 40 grand sitting in your bank account, what kind of properties, what kind of offers can you go into the market with? I'm going to calculate it for you in the spreadsheet. I've just finished it now. It's relatively simple. If you've got £10,000, you can afford to pay a deposit of about £8,000, pay 1,200 for legal and then 1,000 for compliance and light refurb, which gives you a value of £32,000. So if you've only got £10,000 saved, it's a lot of money overall, but for property it's not really. You can actually get in to the property game with a mortgage. You just need to make sure the mortgage minimum amount is less than the £32,000. And you'll need to go into the market looking for a property that's 32k or below. You need to keep in mind that ideally you'd want a property that doesn't need too much work. So although you can get into the market and get on the property ladder with just £10,000 saved, it's going to be difficult because it's very unlikely that you'll get a property for £32,000 that you can just move into or rent out quickly enough. There are unicorns out there. It might be a tiny flat that doesn't need that much. You know, it's got straight walls. The heating system is okay. The windows are okay, and you can just rent it out straight away. But roughly that's where you need to be. A property at 32k you can rent for £300-400 a month, I would say. So you probably get £4,500 a year rental income. So for 10k. You can buy a £32,000 property and get about £4,500 per year in terms of rental income. If you have the 20k saved up, then you can go for a property up to £54,000. The reason for that is because you now have to pay, if you're in Scotland, ADS, Additional Dwelling Supplement of 4.32k. So overall, you'll be just around £20,000. If you've got 30k saved, you can go up to 84.5. If you have 40k saved, you can go up to 114.5k. If you have 50k, £145,000 maximum value, 60k, 172. And if you have saved up 100k, you can get a property for £285,000. So that one is obviously worth bearing in mind, because if you've managed to save up that much, then you can get a really good property. You can get a nice house for that price that's going to give you very decent rental yield. I've put potentially £2,000 a month for a property of this caliber. At the lower end, you can get 3.2 times the property value. So whatever you have saved, you times it by 3.2. And then as you go up, you are floating between 2.7 to 2.8 times the value. When you go beyond 100,000 and more expensive properties, this will actually decrease because your additional dwelling supplement and stamp duty increases the higher the property value is. And this is just something that will make your life easier, because now you can see this is what I've currently got and this is the property I can get, or I can now save up more. I've maybe got 30k, but the property I want to get is at this level and I need 50k. So then that gives you a target of potentially saving up more money to get that property. So I hope that was useful. Relatively short video, but it's a simple table that gives you a lot of useful information, I hope. Alright, subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.